Through you, Mr. Speaker, I've been looking over the plan and the deal, and it is a lot of money, especially a lot of taxpayer money, our money. And my question to you, because I truly do believe that part of what we owe our taxpayers is a promise that we are going to follow up and measure how this plan is fulfilled. So is there, through you, Mr. Speaker, a process for ensuring that this plan is followed and the dollars are being spent as outlined, and that the investments in this process that we're tracking truly are made? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative Berger.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the representative for the opportunity to clarify that and go on the record for the oversight that is going to be built in this package. And I believe that in reading the package and finding out the various levels that need to get achieved and benchmarks that have to be achieved, there is probably the most protection of any deal that we've seen. Some of that revolves around an annual audit that is payable by Lockheed Martin in hiring a certified CPA to audit the results and performance of the package and prescribe that procedure and process and a final audit to DECD. And under the assistance agreement, there are multiple backstops and clawbacks associated with the agreement in place, and warranties regarding its financial and legal status and compliance as acceptable to DECD and written in agreement. Also within that, through you, Mr. Speaker, to the representative, are a series of penalties if such benchmarks are not reached by Lockheed Martin Sikorsky, and those are achievable through the life, and those penalties are in place through the life of the agreement, the 14-year agreement. Through you, Mr. Speaker.
At this as an opportunity for us to grow the aerospace industry. As Representative Urban said, we have a way to nudge or shove a company into being here and investing in our community, in the workforce, and in the state. And I hope that we are looking at this as a way to make ourselves a bigger player in this industry. And I think this money probably buys us some time. When I look further out, it's not just the 14 years that we have to buy the time. We really need to put policies in place that will give this industry a skilled labor force, good transportation, connections to R&D institutions, and foremost, favorable regulatory environment. Because when I talk to the businesses in my community, they say those are the things that they need to be profitable. This is a hard vote for me because it is a lot of money, and while I'm comfortable with the answer on the accountability piece, I just know that our track record on following up on that has not been very good. But I'm not voting today for Sikorsky, per se. I'm voting today because Jack and Sue still need to pay for their house. And they live in Milford, and Sue works for one of the suppliers to Sikorsky. The suppliers that are those small and medium-sized businesses that are the backbone of our communities. So my vote today is not, Sikorsky gets my vote, but they get my vote because I am voting for those hundreds of people who live in Milford and Orange, who work for those companies, and to take away their lifeline by not allowing Sikorsky to stay or giving incentive to Sikorsky to stay is not a good vote. I just hope that we do look at those investments that I mentioned earlier with respect to R&D and advanced manufacturing. I know Housatonic Advanced Manufacturing has done a wonderful job in increasing their ability to present a program that attracts people to want to be skilled laborers here. In their class of 2017, they have 56 new registered and 40% increase in the class size, which says manufacturing is alive here. And the one thing I like about that program is they have a 100% placement rate. So as we look at this Sikorsky deal, we also need to look at those things that will, while we're saying we want to keep them here, we have to look at things that will help grow that industry here in Connecticut. I thank you for your time, Mr. Speaker. I will be voting yes for this, and I hope that that accountability piece is as Representative said.
Thank you, Madam.